I started to tailor some workouts. Like I made workouts where it was more Olympic lifting than powerlifting, because I wanted to kind of incorporate more snatching. And I've noticed also that the powerlifting made me very tight. It was a lot of like compression, and it made me have to do extra yoga to re-lengthen everything. And as soon as I started doing more snatches, it's like I got more flexible from doing snatches. And it was like, hold on, I'm lifting weights and I'm getting more flexible in the movement. So it was one of the most beautiful things for me, actually, because it was like, okay, I can just lift heavy weights in a way that keeps all my flexibility. It actually forces me into positions that force me to be more flexible than I was even when I was in yoga. So I've got access to certain positions that I had them in yoga, but I have the strength because of weightlifting. So that's
so cool.
It's I'm not gonna lie, yoga and weightlifting are like this right now. I know people don't see it, but watch, they're like this. 100%, they're like this, man. I honestly think that all weightlifters should have some sort of yoga practice, and not just like a flexibility, you know, like where you're working on your perception, you're working on your balance, you're working on your stability. I do a lot of one-legged drills because balance is everything with weightlifting. Like if you're slightly off balance and you can't correct it, you're gonna you're gonna fail the lift. And errors always happen. You know, sometimes you're not perfect in the lift. Sometimes small errors throw you off balance, and so
or even injure yourself too.
Yeah. So a lot of the time, my whole philosophy with yoga actually is I train stability in yoga, so I'm stable in weightlifting. And yeah, that's pretty much it right now as well. All my breath work is to aid with weightlifting, because I don't like wearing belts, I don't like wearing sleeves or anything like that. And so I do a lot of breath work and work on actually containing the breath in the right areas, making sure it doesn't leak out into the face, it doesn't cause blood vessels to burst and whatnot. And
yeah,
they have 3 bandhas. I'm not gonna explain it, but you have Mula Bandha, which is like your root. You have Udayana Bandha, and then you have, I don't want to butcher this one because the yogis are going to be watching this, but Jalabra Bandha. I'm not going to say this one. Yogis, don't, you know what I'm talking about. And so you have like, this is your root lock. It's literally like your anus and that area. And your glutes, and then your Udayana is your diaphragm and like the muscles, the musculature of your, like you could say your abdomen and your transverse abdominal. Like, it's almost like, imagine you breathe in and the musculature around it just locks in the air. It's like almost having a bubble in your chest. And so it's like you have the air creating pressure, and then the muscles around it supporting it so the air doesn't leak out. And it's like it gives you like a boost. It's like you have a fist in your stomach. And so sometimes when I squat, recently especially, that's why my squat numbers have started to fly. I've recently, it's like I've got a fist underneath me, and it's like it's raising up. But it's like you learn how to breathe into your diaphragm, learn how to contain the pressure just in where it needs to be, and then it raises the whole body up, and you get a lot of strength just from learning how to breathe.
Right.
Yeah.
So all those different paths that you're talking about through the body, and these different passages of airflow you're talking about, or different areas of the muscle?
There's different areas of muscle and fascia. So it's like your Mula Bandha would be like your glute complex. It would be like, let's say your psoas as well. So it will be your abductor, like all of these areas as well.
Yeah, okay.
And it would be how they work as a chain to actually contain. So let's say you're not necessarily holding air in that area, but you're holding pressure.
Yeah. Okay.
And so in your diaphragm is where you're holding pressure. And then up here, you're also holding pressure as well. But you can kind of breathe into.
Hey, just a quick announcement before we return to the podcast. If you're someone who's been feeling a bit stuck lately, maybe you're switching careers, rebuilding your routine, or just trying to get your life together, I get it. That's exactly why I write the Midweek Motivation newsletter, where every week I share real, honest thoughts on training, mindset, and the messy process of figuring life out. Especially for guys like us, we're in our 20s and 30s, just trying to get ahead in our careers, fitness, and performance. It's short and it's personal, and it might just give you the push you need during the middle of the week when it's least motivating. You can subscribe using the link in the show notes below, or go to substack.com and search up Midweek Motivation. All right, let's get back to the podcast.
Those lower areas, if you teach yourself how to, like they call it diaphragmatic breathing, but there's another one where you can quite literally breathe into your balls. It's not literally breathing into your balls, but you breathe in such a way that the you actually feel them rise, and it's like the air is what's pulling them up. It's not like, it's a very strange sensation. Yeah. It's something that has to be taught. I can't just, it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain on camera. It's because my yoga teacher talks about it a lot, and so she's kind of instilled knowledge in me, and we go over it every now and then, and so I've got some knowledge on it, but she would be the one that's better actually.
Yeah. What other areas have you found, say, like from the practice or the discipline of yoga, that's transferred into other areas of your life?
There's this state in yoga where you're kind of trying to be in a meditative state, but it's all the time. You're not just like trying to be in some crazy state. You're more so trying to have that state all the time where it's you're receptive, but you're relaxed. You're aware, but you're not too like your awareness is not going crazy. So it can actually allow you to like just be more in tune with your environment. So yoga really taught me how to calm down, how to slow down, how to breathe, how when I feel anxious to actually, the anxiety is good. You can feel the anxiety. Don't let it stop you. Let it move you towards your goal. And so yoga taught me a lot of that as well. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Yoga taught me how to live to a certain extent, because even the way that I eat now, I eat based on yogic principles. Now I eat based on other principles too, but a lot of them is 1 meal a day. And it's foods that aid your body at all times. So if your body needs certain proteins, then you go to the sources that have those proteins. If your body needs certain carbs, if it needs certain sugars, if it needs certain minerals, you're making sure that you're always getting those from those sources, and you're in tune with what your body needs, because your body doesn't need the same thing every day. I might need loads of fruit this day, then I might need more grounded food, and I might need more vegetables that day, and then I might need more starchy foods another day, and then I might need more foods rich in amino acids another day as well. So it's like understanding where what you're actually meant to be feeding yourself and when you're meant to feed it. So yoga, I'm still learning. I'm a student of yoga. I'm aspiring yogi, but I am nowhere near the title of yoga. Well, I'm very far away from it. Yeah, I'm very far away from it.
Well, I think you already shared some words of wisdom there.
Yeah.
I am learning so much right now.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you are. I'm always there to teach.
Well, in that case then, like when you started training weightlifting, especially more regularly, did you find that you had to source like more proteins from one area, or your demands of nutrition really you really need to focus on that fully then?
So I already actually had my diet dialed in before I started weightlifting. I was already it was getting the right amount of nutrients from the right amount of foods. So I wasn't overeating all the time, and I was making sure that everything you eat is meant to come out of you, feel me? So it's like making sure that there's always movement in the body. There's never like stagnation. And so once I actually come into weightlifting, I found that I just needed to eat more of what I was already eating. I was already eating a lot of the right foods. Right. Naturally, I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, and like me, I don't have anything bad against meat. Like if people want to eat meat and all that, but I prefer to get most of my amino acids from nut sources. I prefer legumes as well. I go to chickpeas, almond flour, and just the trace amino acids that you can find in the vegetables and the fruits usually keep me in a good state. They keep me quite light, but my nervous system is very, very active. And weightlifting is a very nervous system thing.
Yes, yeah.